Good morning, everyone. Elaine Lowe and Ken Shreve here, live from Investors Business Daily in Los Angeles. Today, we're checking in on Nvidia, Nordstrom, and Amedisys. But first, let's look at those indexes, which are trading mixed after opening sharply lower. We have the Dow up 0.2%, the S&P 500 down a hair, and the Nasdaq down about 0.5% today. So what's going on, Ken?
Well, I'd have to say a 0.5% decline for the Nasdaq is looking pretty good considering the index.
The open?
Yeah, it was down 1.2% at its worst level. Futures were pointing towards a decidedly lower open. Comes on the heels of a pretty nice showing for the tech index Thursday when it was up 1.7%. So pretty resilient performance for the market so far Friday. The bulls are going to hope for a positive close so we can finish the week on a positive note.
Right, although so far all three indexes down for the week. All right, moving on to our first name, Nvidia, which reported late yesterday. Earnings rose 38% to $1.84 a share on 21% sales growth to $3.18 billion. Now, that topped on earnings but missed on sales. And their current quarter guidance revenue, they're only projecting $2.7 billion. That's way below estimates for $3.4 billion. And now we were talking a little earlier, that might have to do some excess inventory issues.
It has a lot to do with a huge inventory buildup in some of these older Pascal gaming chips. So this was really the problem with Nvidia's report. The revenue guidance was just terrible. We were talking about the sharp pullback for Nvidia. You can see where it hit a high, what was that, around 280, plunged below the 250 level, plunged below the $200 level. So this was a tech stock that probably got hit hard more than other former tech leaders, but I think the market kind of knew that fundamentals were a little in question here, and stock gap down today. The weakness in Nvidia and Applied Materials, for that matter, has really been weighing on semiconductor stocks today. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index was up 3.3% yesterday. It was down as much as 3.3% today. Has paired losses, but kind of a rough go of it so far for Nvidia.
Right, and Nvidia down over 17% so far intraday today, and off its high from October, over 40% already in just that month and a half.
Yeah, tough going.
All right, in retail news, we had Nordstrom also reporting yesterday. That name recording 39 cents a share on total revenue of $3.75 billion. That includes a 28 cents per share charge. They had this credit-related error where they had to refund $72 million to their credit card customers, which impacted their earnings this time around. But they topped on revenue. Excluding that charge, it would have been 67 cents a share. But they also missed on comps. They missed on revenue guidance. There were a lot of other things that investors did not like about Nordstrom's report yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago when Nordstrom was holding near a buy point. It was near highs. It was actually looking pretty good ahead of earnings. And then all of a sudden, we just started to see these reports from other department store operators. The results at Macy's earlier this week were pretty good. Market still found a way to sell the stock off, and also JCPenney and Dillard's. But
both lackluster reports yesterday.
Yeah, and even though next week is a shortened week of trading due to Thanksgiving, we've got a ton of earnings reports Tuesday in the retail sector.
Yeah,
from
Kohl's, Target,
Ross, TJX. So a lot of retail reports next week, and we'll see if the numbers can be pretty good there.
Right, we're expecting to see some color on this current holiday quarter too, which for retailers is crucial. That can make up to 40% of their sales in many cases for the entire year.
Yeah, we've seen the holiday guidance, and you probably know this a little better than me, but the holiday guidance seems to be pretty good. I mean, Macy's gave pretty good guidance for the holiday quarter.
And consumer spending strong.
Yeah, so the market is just acting weak here and pulling a lot of retailers down with it.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that as the holiday season continues. Lastly, let's take a look at Amedisys. The ticker for that is AMED. That was our stock of the day yesterday and is featured on Stocks on the Move today. And this hospice and nursing home services company is now forming a cup-shaped base with a 127.48 buy points creeping up toward that. Oh, just touching the bottom of that buy range this morning.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you always want to pay attention to stocks that are kind of bucking the trend and showing strength in a weak market, and you'd have to put Amedisys in that group. It has really a top-notch composite rating due to healthy fundamentals, strong price performance. You can see there's a pretty good-looking chart in the market right now, like you said, trying to break out over a 127.48 48 buy point. Fundamental story still intact here. Got a bullish relative strength line. You can see that blue line kind of pointing into, shooting into new high ground right next to that relative strength rating of 98. So this is a really strong stock today. There's a little bit of volume behind the move, and again featured by Alyssa yesterday in Stock of the Day. So it looks like a solid name here.
All right, definitely keeping an eye on that one. For more on all of these names, make sure you're reading investors.com. You can also watch more of our videos and catch more updates across all of our social platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll be back Monday morning.